Hi, and welcome back to BrokenHeartsHeal, where two best friends come together to talk about it all. Friendships, relationships, life, self-care, any and everything is on the table. Welcome back, BHH. This is a safe place. I am one half of BHH, KP, with the other half,
Ashante.
and welcome to episode 4. Again. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Round 2.
Yeah. Welcome. Yeah, it's been a week, BHH. We took a week off because of some technical issues, but we are back and ready. We have a special guest, Amante. How are you? How are you today?
I'm all right. I'm good.
Good. Thank you for being here with us again. We appreciate your time that you have.
Okay.
So before we start this episode, I want to give out a disclaimer to BHH because this came up before. We are not relationship experts. We never claim to be. This is just some personal conversations and experiences that we wanted to share. We are not experts. So there is that. But this episode, we're going to be talking about the importance of love languages, understanding them. I feel like this is an important topic because, like, if you know your love language, you can better understand yourself, your partner, your friendships, whatever the case may be. So starting off with that, there are 5 basic love languages, and words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, gift giving, quality time, and physical touch. Question for both of you guys. What?
I feel like I'm reliving deja vu. I'm sorry.
What is your... I know we all took the test, correct?
Correct.
You took the test, and Monty took the test twice. Love that. What is your 2 main love languages and why?
I'll let Monte go first.
Go ahead, Monte.
All right. My 2, according to my quiz, were acts of service and quality time.
Okay. And why do you think, you agree with both of those?
I agree with quality time for sure, but, physical touch should probably be in my top 2. Now, more recently, I would agree with acts of service just because I want you to be about it more than you say you is.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the actions matching the words, we good.
You say I'm about that action. I love that. What about you?
Mine's was words of affirmation and acts of service.
Okay. So that was first. So why do you think that?
Why do I think that?
Mm-hmm. Why do you think you got your results? Why do you think you got those 2?
Because I'm definitely a person who needs reassurance. So like verbal reassurance, like I love you and I'm here and I still love you. I'm not going nowhere. Just words of reassurance are important to me. And then acts of service, like Amante said, actions over words. I don't know, I feel like they played hand in hand. The words and the actions and words. If you say you're gonna do it, then you're gonna be about it.
Exactly. I know for me, I would say gift giving because I'm so sorry. Gift giving, not just receiving gifts, but giving them because if I'm talking to somebody, if I know you, oh, I thought you might like this, or whatever the case may be. And acts of service is my second one. Like you said, I like to show people more than I can tell them, and I feel like me personally, gift giving and acts of service go hand in hand too because you gotta show action to give gifts. I don't know, but what is you guys' least the least thing that you find that you have in common with love languages? I'm going to ask you that. What's the way you that's not for me.
It's not for me, or it's just
something that
what is I don't know.
It's just I can take mine.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
You go first. You go first. You help us
you
out.
You have your top 2. What is your least one that you have in common with yourself, I guess?
Probably gift giving.
Mm.
Yeah, that according to my test as well, is definitely
gift giving.
Interesting. Mine is physical touch. Only because I think that's in friendship because I was never brought up in a family that was lovey-dovey, like, oh, let's hug. Like, no, I was not brought up that way.
Okay.
But, like, if I was in a relationship, I would obviously, like, show physical touch. But, like...
Would you, though? If that's something you're not used to?
I gotta get used to it. Like, it's not my first, like, oh, let's hold hands. I'm not big on PDA, so I guess that... we'll see.
I'm the opposite. I grew up in a family that was very, like...
Yeah.
touchy and, like, hug... You know, we just, like, hugging and showing our love and words of reassurance, so that's probably why. That. That's probably it.
I get that. It was like, you be alright. They're like, you better go for what you know.
Oh, baby.
Do you guys think it's important to have, like, all 5 of these? Like, do you find, like, one is more important to have, like, in a friendship or relationship, or are they just, it is what it is?
Or you want me to go? Okay. Honestly, you need some form of most of them. I'm not going to say you need all of them. Because like I said, to me, gift giving can be slotted in with quality time and, acts of service. So you have some form of all of them, but at the same time, it's like some of them you don't necessarily have to do more than others unless that's something your significant other really enjoys.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the person you with and how you want to cater to them.
That makes sense.
I like that. How are you?
Kind of same with Amante. I feel like in some essence you need... I do feel like in some essence you need all of them, but then also you have to consider, like, what is your partner's love language. So maybe it's something that, maybe gift giving isn't something that I consider top 2, but maybe it's my partner's top 2. Mm-hmm. So then that's something that I have to consider, like, okay, well, my partner enjoys gift giving, then maybe I can do that for them. Mm-hmm. So I guess it just kind of depends on your partner too, like you said.
That's why I feel like knowing that person or those people, like whether it's friendships, whatever, like knowing their love languages is going to help like grow a stronger foundation of a friendship and relationship instead of like, this is what I need and that's all that matters. It should be like an equal like exchange of love languages. It's all about like security and like how the other person feels about whatever the case may be, relationship or friendship. So I think it's both of them. I think all of them have equal importance to me personally. Because you can't have one without the other. I feel you can't have one without the other. That's just me personally.
I mean, in essence, you do need all of them.
Yeah.
Just not all.
I'm gonna face it.
I just feel like not all of them are gonna take priority.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I feel like that's true. Like they're not gonna all be like top 2, but like I feel like they all play
a role
in anything that you do in life.
Space.
I'm gonna say I beg to differ.
Well, then again, it goes back to what is your partner like?
Yeah. So you said, I'm about to say, I literally.
What happened? Hey, right?
Nothing wrong. That's just me personally. Hey, that's okay. That is okay. And I know one of your biggest things is reassurance. How big of an impact do you think having reassurance have versus not having it?
For me personally,
yeah,
reassurance is huge for me. Okay. And I know a lot of times guys get so irritated. Like, I hear this from my guy friends all the time.
He said, here we go.
No, I hear this from
my guy. No, go ahead. All right, go.
All girls want is reassurance. Like, I love you. And why do you have to, if you know that,
why do you need to hear it?
Why do you need to hear it? And it's like, it's just a feeling of security and stability in the relationship. Just to like, and this isn't something that has to happen all the time. It's not like every day I need you to remind me that you love me. No, it's not like that. It's just like once in a while, it's just like, hey, by the way, babe, let's let you know that you mean a lot to me, that I love you, whatever. And that's important to me. If I don't hear that, then I'm like, does he love me? What is he saying to? If you're not telling me he loved me, what is he saying? I don't know. I just think that comes from possibly like just like an insecurity, I guess.
Yeah. I saw. I think it's a big insecurity. Like not in a bad way.
It's in a bad way.
It's just like it makes you feel secure. Like
we ain't gotta hear good in the relationship, and like I want to do the same thing for you. I want to reassure you that I love you, that I care about you.
But I feel like Amante. Correct us if you're wrong, but guys don't really look at his face. Here, I'm about to ask him: do guys really need reassurance? Do they want reassurance?
Okay, quick side note before I get to that part, right? Y'all always bring it up in a weird fashion. Y'all be like, "Oh, would you love me if I was a goldfish?" Like, no, I wouldn't. Like, why are we here? Why are we here? But
He said,
like, cut it out. But no, I wouldn't say that guys so much need it. Um, I want to say we get it in another way. Most of the time, for those of us who play like team oriented sports such as basketball, football, soccer, we get some of that type of reassurance through that. You know what I mean? Not necessarily from our significant other in the sense that we need to hear it all the time, but it's like we get reassured that, oh, we're good. Like our guys check on us from time to time. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, it just depends on, I guess, how you were raised. Because I come from a big family where, you know, people will, I can only say my aunt, my uncle, and them cousins. They would hug, kiss, all the rest of that, say I love you, stuff like that. But I didn't recently get into that until Capri started saying that to all of us and basically getting the ball rolling with it. So, no, I wouldn't say the guys necessarily needed that much.
what's the difference? I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Well, I guess I get it because, like, with girls, like you, oh my God, girl, you look so good. Like, you know, I guess when guys go, like, who, that's like their, I guess, to each their own. I don't get it. I do get it, but I don't get it. Like, what's the difference?
Think about how guys are raised, though. Most of the time, we're supposed to be this macho guy who's in control, always secure, doesn't have to worry about everything. Everything's always fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we have to. I ain't gonna say we have to, but we portray the stigmatism, I guess, that everything's always fine. Like if nothing comes up, then the status is still quo. If you get that. So I guess that's kind of where that comes from. So unless a problem arises, I know everything's good. So I would just keep acting like everything's good.
I feel like that's so. I feel like
sad.
it's so sad. Like guys, like you said, guys are raised so differently from females. Like you have to portray this manly, like all the time. Like nothing's wrong. I'm fine. We're good. Whatever. But it's like sometimes I feel like I need a hug. Like, are you okay? Like what? Like I just.
Some of us don't grow up with sisters. So it's like you don't get that type of thing. Like, because if you had a bigger or little sister, you would get more of that. You know what I mean? You would have a more, I guess, open and softer man to some
That's
degree.
why you have me.
I mean,
Tell you that I love you.
you're not wrong.
It's important to tell your friends that you love them, you know, because you never know what somebody is going through. A lot of times we fight silent battles, and sometimes we just need to hear it. Like, you know, I love you. Like, if I'm talking to my friend on the phone, I'm telling you that I love you. Like, I love you, bye. And, like, I told Taylor, that happened to my family. Like, my grandma didn't say I love you on the phone. My uncle didn't say I love you. Like, I had to teach them to say, I love you. They're like, I love you. Like, I'd be like, I love you, bye. And they'd be like, bye. I would literally call them back and be like, I said I love you. Like, oh, I love you. And now everybody says, I love you too.
Mm-hmm. Look at you, starting
Queen of reassurance.
It's giving you trendsetter. I love that. I love that for you. Hey, I guess everybody has that different way of receiving and giving. Like, guys, they just have a different way of understanding and giving. Now, that's not such a ton of fun. But you know what? That's a different
Like,
story.
good game, bro. Good game. But, hey, sis, if your man want to go hoop, go let him hoop. That's his five stages of love languages.
Not 5 stages. I love that. 5 stages of love. I want to say, well. He said, well. Look at him. He computed.
He's like, yes, not what I was thinking.
I read this quote online, and it was like, understanding your love language helps you understand why you do what you do. You will have meaning behind why you love and give the people the time, and how a hug, a gift, a card, a conversation can change their day. And I guess that goes in line with, like, why do you guys feel it's important to understand, like, not just knowing why you do things, but why they do things too? Because I feel like friendships and that, it's like a interchange. Let me get spiritual. An interchange of encouragement. Like, you have to truly know that person so you can see what they need just daily, I guess. That makes sense?
Yeah, you just answered the question. You just answered the question. That's the answer. Good job. Next question.
Awesome.
Not only covered that part. I think it's very important to understand both your own love languages and your partner's love languages.
Mm-hmm.
Because first, understanding yours. What do you like? What do you not like? What's more important to you? What's less important to you? And then, like I said earlier, taking into consideration your partners. Monty made a good point that we talked about this another time. When he said, if you're not trying to understand your partner's love languages, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah. It's pointless.
Why are we here?
What are we doing? At this point, it's not even what are we, just what are we doing?
What are we doing? I genuinely feel, I don't know, this is so many people, and I'm not talking against some couples specifically, but it's like, how did y'all get there? Like, how did y'all come to the realization that y'all wanted to move past a friendship? Because, like, what engaged it?
Like, what did y'all have in common?
What y'all have in common? What started this? Let's talk about it. Like, that was cute, but it's more than, oh, I think you're cute, I like you, like, we gotta get down to nitty gritty.
It's like getting into each other's minds, like.
Speaking of, Amante had a bomb question that he wanted to ask. Do you remember that question? Please!
Hold on. Let me check the other photos. I think I took a picture of it. Okay, here it goes. It says, why do women feel they haven't found a man that can open them up? And then I'm going to let y'all answer it, and I'm going to have some follow-ups to that.
Wait, so why do women feel they haven't? Because we haven't. I feel like...
Speak on your own experience. I ain't going to say y'all need to speak for, you know what I mean.
I personally feel like I need to be challenged in whatever I'm in. And I feel like so many guys that I personally have talked to are...
Speak your truth, sis.
I feel like they're so simple-minded. Like, they're so simple-minded. Like, it's very basic, surface. Hey, what you doing? How was your day?
All right,
bye. Like, what kind of conversation is that? Like, ask me questions. Like, what are your aspirations? And like, what kind of goals do you have? What are you trying to build? Like,
but at the same time, I feel like at the same time, I don't feel emotionally safe enough to open up to people.
That's another one.
Like, if I don't feel emotionally safe to even have a regular conversation with you because of just the way you are and the way you talk and just the way your mind works, I'm definitely not going to feel emotionally safe to open up to you.
Like, to the deep stuff.
Yeah. You don't find a lot of...
And then, sorry, some of y'all, I feel personally, some of y'all guys don't show enough effort. So why am I putting in effort if you're not putting in effort? Like, why am I opening up when all is just basically like, if we FaceTime, we just on the phone, just... Like, that's fun. Like, you know, we're just chilling. But it's like...
All right, I ain't going to keep letting you come after the fellas like this.
Right.
Let me interject here real quick.
We can go on for days.
From my personal experience, I sometimes feel like they weren't an active participant in the conversation. I might have asked a question, but they didn't really give a substantial answer to continue the conversation. You know what I mean? So now we're in this limbo mode and we both here looking stupid like, all right, I guess I'm going to go.
My thing about that is...
It's okay, bro. Let's get it out.
The questions they ask, for me personally, I don't feel like... I feel like even if I answer them to the truth, it's like, at my ability, it's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
What's the point? That's the one.
What do you want to know this for?
That's the one.
You must be my man.
I mean, maybe they do. They asking that just to see if y'all go the line.
You just stop. They ask me this because they want to know. And they don't want to go no further than that. They just want to know.
Okay, that's a part of getting to know somebody.
You gotta give them full context.
We'll do full context later. Let's do that later.
For a minute. Like a minute. Like, this ain't no, hey, I'm just
Okay.
and I'm just trying to, like, spit. No, it ain't like that.
It's not like that.
It's like somebody that you
know for a minute.
Yeah, like you've known them for a minute.
And it's like,
and you know it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. And it's like, so why you want to know all this stuff? Why you want to know XYZ if it's not going to go further than...
And why you want to know XYZ if it ain't got nothing to do with you? You know, like, it's probably not going to be you.
I want to say, you know what?
I've had a hard time understanding the love languages of a man.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? We actually simple and straightforward. Y'all the complicated ones.
No!
Yeah.
No!
What?
The thing is, I believe that women are so simple.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You don't even know what you want to eat later.
Well,
that's true.
That's true. But when it comes to what it is, when it comes to what we want, we know what we want. Like, once you know.
Maybe not what we want to eat,
but
when it comes to you,
we know what we want.
We know what we want.
And it's just y'all. We just want to feel secure. We just want to feel safe. We just want to feel like we your person. We want to feel...
It's a lot of effort for me.
I think you should give a TED Talk for your species.
A TED Talk to who?
Your species.
Bam.
But why though? Why I gotta give it?
Because you sound like you're very well educated.
I take care of my close friends, and we talk about conversations, and they be saying I be dropping gems. I don't know. You said what?
BHH is our close friend.
Exactly.
He said, I don't know like that.
You're not wrong. I do help out from time to time.
He really do though.
I ain't got nothing right now. But I'll send y'all something eventually. I'm gonna drop y'all a gem or two that y'all can share later.
No, that's a fact. That's a conversation for a different episode. That's a conversation that needs to be expanded on.
Yeah,
30 minutes worth, because
just you would need a group.
Yeah, like a conversation, because it's women now. It's people, women and men. Like, not even just like both species, both female and men. We have so many questions about each other, and we just don't know how to ask it. We feel scared, or we don't know what the answer. At this point, just ask it, because we ain't got time for that. We all grown here. You know what I'm saying?
I think sometimes for guys, they know how they feel, but they don't know how to express it.
It's giving nonchalant.
So, like, I'm gonna give just a hypothetically speaking example.
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking example. Say you ain't talked to somebody in a while, right? And then you finally do. And it's very much like irritation, for example. There's irritation on their part, because it's kind of like where you been kind of thing, right?
Like, why you want to...
If you miss me, just say that.
If you want me, just say that.
If you missed me, why don't you just say I missed you?
Y'all just different.
Why you gotta go through all of this
rigmarole of you ain't text me?
If you miss me, just say that.
Yada yada yada. Look at him, speechless, because he knows.
I'm listening, bro. I'm not other people. All right, like I don't do that mess no more.
The listeners,
I really can't.
BHH wants
to know. BHH, we want to know why don't y'all say what y'all feel and mean what y'all say? Like, why can't y'all just be like, this what it is, and that's it?
I've always been about actions, bro. Like I said, actions always gonna speak louder than words. So I can say one thing, but if my actions ain't matching them words, why you believe in that?
Mm-hmm.
That's all false. That's all a false lie over there, right? Because most of the time, guys use... I ain't gonna say just guys, because it happens on both sides of the gender spectrum. People use lies in order to get the conversation going, and then you gotta, quote-unquote, keep up the lie in order to even keep that situation alive. You know what I mean? So, if everybody just start off with the truth, we can start weeding out the bad ones right off the rip.
Exactly. If you just come to the situation and say what you want, what you want out of this, we can get past the whole lot.
It's gonna be great to begin. That's all.
I don't think it's lies. I mean, maybe it is.
It's just, it kind of, do you remember we were talking about manipulation and how he said that sometimes you gotta say X, Y, Z to get it ahead of the game instead of like going through the whole process of this and that. That's what it is. Like people start off saying
Skip step. People just trying to skip steps. Get ahead.
Right, then we skip the steps and then we get stuck.
Yeah, because you didn't build that foundation.
exactly.
That boy lopsided.
That's facts.
You didn't build a foundation of nothing. You built on skipping steps. You didn't build a friendship. You didn't build nothing. You skipped the important steps of all of that. You know. BHH. Moral of the story is, out of this whole conversation, what I want you guys to take away. I'm sorry, I have to think about
She really trying to be serious right
now.
there.
Trying to be serious.
Really trying to give y'all a moment.
I want y'all to take away from this the importance of knowing who we are as people and why we do what we do because of the love that we have to give and vice versa. For guys, somehow I feel like y'all lost cause. I'm not gonna lie to you. But y'all not. No, but y'all not though. And that's the ones that we deal with. Y'all not a lost cause. And we're at a lost cause. We just have to understand each other on a certain level so we can not skip steps, build foundations.
Understand each other's love languages.
Yes.
Consider each other's love languages. Consider how we can put somebody else's love languages into our lives so that we can just love better.
And that's not just relationships. Friendships, family, whatever the case may be. Keep that in mind. I'm going to say, keep that in mind.
Where'd you come from me from?
You know, I would say,
listen,
from personal experience, I've known Monte for a long time. Monte is one of my day ones, and he's one of the good ones.
He is.
He is.
I would say that. He's one of the good ones.
Appreciate that.
You said you straight?
No, I said I appreciate that. Listen, my back hurt. I'm done carrying the city.
He said, I can't keep carrying the fellas home like that. Get it together, fellas. And girls who out there who expect the guy to understand their love languages, but they don't also put that effort in to understand the guy's love languages, shame on you.
Yeah. This
You gonna say, stop coming into a situation where you feel like you deserve stuff. Come in humbly, everybody just come to a mutual agreement, and then move forward.
Because nobody owes you anything.
Exactly.
Let people come into the situation thinking they owe stuff, and that's where y'all start off on the wrong foot.
Oh, Monte? He gonna say what's right. He gonna say what's straight.
Oh, he's very blunt.
Amonte, if y'all know him personally, this man is very blunt, and he don't play no games. He be like, "Yeah, I said it." He's like, "I did," and I said it. Hey, speak your truth. Live on your truth. We appreciate it.
I'm gonna ask you guys a last question.
Okay.
I know we talked about this before, and I feel like we had a really good conversation about this. Two things actually. I don't want to leave out of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about long distance.
Okay.
How far your love language go?
Ooh.
So, Amante, would you do long distance?
Probably not. And it like I was saying last episode, it depends on how far we're talking. Bordering states, maybe, because then that's still within driving range. If I want to book a flight, I can book a flight. If I ain't feeling like driving. But for the most part, you got to be relatively close. You can't be in like Europe and we try to establish something. That ain't gonna work for me. That is not gonna work. Them tickets like $1,200 or something like that. Like I can't do it.
It's hard.
What about you, Tay? Would you do long distance?
I would do long distance. Like Amanda said, I wouldn't do like cross country. Like I'm talking like.
Okay, what about within the United States?
I would do within the United States, absolutely. Absolutely.
I think Amonte's referring to the states that surround us.
Like Illinois, Indiana,
Ohio.
I do Indiana.
Illinois, Indiana, Ohio.
Yeah. But I would say within the United States, as long as it's not Los Angeles, because their tickets is absurd. I'm sorry, like
how far will your love language go?
My love language will not go to Los Angeles.
All right, any of you fellas who thought they had a chance, I'm sorry,
not in Los Angeles. First of all, it's too hot down there. It's too expensive. The gas is too expensive. Anyways, what about you?
Yes, I would date long distance. I'm convinced that my future mate is not here.
Oh yeah. convinced. Even somebody else told us this. She said, "Ain't nobody here for y'all. Y'all gotta get up out of here." I said, "That's all I had to hear."
That's all it's here.
Yeah, I feel like if you wanted to, you would. Some people really can't do long distance. Like, I have a friend and he's very adamant on like, I want to be able to like see you in person.
Yeah, that's a thing too.
Like before we could do anything, and that's perfectly fine. Some people have to have that in their lives, which is perfectly fine. You know, everybody has their own opinions and stuff like that. But I personally don't feel like I have to meet you first, especially if we established a long time friendship. Like we going on 8 years plus, 10 years, 12 years
of just knowing each other from the phone,
like the phone, FaceTime, stuff like that. I personally don't feel like we have to meet first before. Eventually, we gotta meet. Yes.
Okay.
Eventually,
Let me ask a question.
Yes.
You don't have to meet before being girlfriend and boyfriend. Dating.
Yes, I personally don't feel like you have to.
What do you think? What do you think?
Nah, that ain't gonna work for me, pal. It's not gonna work. Because to me, it's just like social media. You can portray whatever you want through this little telephone lens. But when you meet them in person, if that vibe ain't the same as what you've been knowing, how you just wasted 8 years of your life.
Go ahead.
Well, I shouldn't say you wasted. You learned an 8 year. You learned an 8 year lesson. I'm gonna put it that way.
That's true. But I don't know, because like me personally, I'm a very real, direct person. I don't have time to portray something that I'm not. And I have explained this multiple times. How I am over the phone or text, that's how I am in person. I don't have time to hide who I am. I feel like that's very unnecessary. Like, who got time to just portray something that they not? Maybe that's just me personally.
People do it all the time.
People do it. That's not me. That's not who I am as a person. And that's why I feel like you said, you know, if you don't know the person, like in person, how y'all vibe together. That is very true. That's very scary. Like, you don't vibe in person like you do over the phone. That's true. But I just personally don't feel like you have to meet before taking that step. And if you do, and you don't vibe, you break it off.
I just feel like that's a long time to go without
8 years is a long time.
Sure, everything is supposed to be the way it is.
8 years is a long time.
But 8 years if you've just been friends and then recently. Okay. So we ask this. 8 years and you've been friends for 8 years and then recently you discovered that, okay, I have feelings for this person.
Yeah. What was the question?
I just asked the question 10 times.
No, I'm sorry. Repeat it.
What? Okay, so what if? So you're saying you know the person, you know the person.
Yeah.
What if you know the person for 8 years and they were just your friend, and then recently you discovered, man, I think I actually have romantic feelings for this person. Then what? Is it different?
No, I don't think it's different because, like Amonte said, you built on something. You're not just built on one. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but like you ain't built on skip steps. You built on an 8 year, 10 year, 1 year, something. And then in that time frame, you realize, oh my God, this person is actually like, I can see myself with this person. And I feel like that's fine. But again, everybody's different. Everybody has their own.
I think it depends on the person and the vibe. I don't know. I don't know if I can date somebody if I never met them in person.
Some people can't.
Right.
Some people can't.
Unless he like, oh, they had a bag of chips and I'm like.
But see, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm like, you know.
I want to say she gotta be Rihanna if we didn't do that. Hey, it be like that. I'm like, yeah. I just have different mindset. I don't personally feel. I guess
it also depends on the emotional attachment that you've gotten to the person too.
Yeah, like if this person is your person,
if they're your person, I don't know. But I have this thing, and maybe this is just like this vision in my head that I want somebody to. And I used to not be like this. I used to have the same mindset as you. As far as, like, just ask me to be your girlfriend, you know? Like, even if we never met, just, like, do it. But then, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I want to be asked to be somebody's girlfriend in person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, an in-person event. Amonte, what do you feel about it?
It ain't the same feel. It ain't the same feel. It ain't the same feel. You got to be in person. Granted, it's gonna be awkward for whoever the person is that's doing the asking, because it's like you always got that fear of rejection. But it is what it is. Shooters got to shoot. All right, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
But I mean, if this person from out of town and y'all got a vibe and they come all the way to come see you, I doubt you're gonna be rejected. Like they knew what it was.
They knew what it was.
They knew what it.
When he booked that plane ticket.
When he booked that plane ticket, I knew what he was gonna ask you when he got here.
Yeah. I don't know.
Be like that. Be like that.
You know, I hope that everybody here, including our BHH listeners, I hope you find the one who just fulfills your love languages.
All of that.
I hope you know how far you'll go for love.
I know how far I go, specifically to state.
Okay. Well, some of us know where we're going to go to find love, and some of us don't. Sounds like Tay knows where she's going. Me, I don't know where I'm going. Girl, I ain't going.
I don't know where Monte going, but
we're going to Mars.
Hey, I'm about to go to Florida while you playing. As soon as my aunt and uncle call me back, I'm going to Florida in 2 weeks.
That was so specific.
Hey, like I said, 2 weeks. Let them call me back. I'm on a flight.
Okay, take that flight.
Take that flight.
Catching flights and feelings.
He said he's going to catch them both.
He said both of them. But BHH, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sticking with us with our missed episode last week. We appreciate it.
It was actually a really needed week off, though.
It really was. Very much so. But what got us to that point was very discouraging. But Amante, thank you so much for giving us your input. Amante has been such a great tool for BHH. He has been giving us questions, ideas since like day one. So thank you so much for being a loyal BHH.
We gotta give credit where it's due. Amante actually was the mastermind behind season 2's Emotionally Unavailable series. So
yeah. That was all him right there.
All him.
We took it from there. Like he gave us that idea, planted it, made it grow.
We made it grow.
We made it grow. So I appreciate that, Amante. You always come through for BHH.
Always.
Hey, I'm gonna keep sending in the questions.
We appreciate it.
Hey, it's giving manager.
Is it?
Wow. Hey man, I don't work for free now. I make good money, not a lot of money.
But yes, BHH, you want to go ahead and
guys, always remember that you can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, as well as all other podcast platforms. We are also on YouTube at BHH Pod. Linktree if you want to watch that, because it's kind of hard to find, as I've mentioned like 3 episodes ago. But thank you guys always for the love and support.
And we also will link that quiz that we all took so you can know your love language, be able to understand what it is and why it is that you have that love language. We will catch you guys every Thursday at 8 p.m. Like I pre-mentioned, we love you. We thank you for the support.
I'm going to say thank you again.
Thank you again for coming back. If we know you know.
A lot of bloopers on the last one. We got a lot of bloopers.
This is true. But we love you. Thank you. And we'll see you guys next week and this week as well. Bye.
Bye.